All right, you guys, this is TJ with Thaitan GlossWorks here in Anacortes, Washington. So I'm back again to show you guys what I would use for certain applications. So we have different pads. So we have yellow pads, we have yellow compound that color matches. They're Coach Chemi color matching systems, fantastic. They have all sorts of different things. So how I would go about paint correcting something like this. So if the client came in and they said, hey, I want to get about 60% of the scratches and swirls out of my paint. Could you show me, could you show me how it looks? And so what I would do is I would take a medium cut pad, which is going to be their yellow right here. So they have a yellow pad right here, which is their medium cut. And then I would take probably their fine cut realistically, because 60%, this should do the trick, especially on Euro clear. Now, if they wanted 90%, now I know this paint, the clear coat in general is very, very hard. I'm gonna use a rotary with a heavy cut, and then I'm gonna do a completely different system. Now I would do a heavy cut with a wool pad with heavy cut compound, and then finish down with the yellow and then the purple. So every pad manufacturer, every compound manufacturer, they all have their own color coding systems. Try to stick to it if you can. You don't have to, you can dabble with certain things. Not every pad and compound is gonna work the same on specific clear coats, like this Euro clear, this American GMC clear. Let me show you, I got a couple other cars in here as well. So we have the X5M, you know, that clear is gonna be much different as well. Now we have the 7 Series and the Chevelle up there. Is it all going to be the same? Absolutely not. But I will tell you, this is some of my favorite stuff that I finish Porsches down with. I finish Mercedes, BMWs, Audis, all sorts of different products. So when you're trying to get all this done, you know, and you're doing it step by step, always you do your wash, your chemical decontamination, your clay bar as well, and then you go ahead and polish. Our rule of thumb always is gonna be never polish without clay barring, never clay bar without polishing, just because what happens is when you don't clay bar and you go and polish the vehicle, you're picking up the contaminations and it's going into the pad. It's gonna dirty your pad. It's gonna micromar the crap out of the paint, and you can't fix it because you didn't clay bar it. There's still stuff, contamination stuck to the paint that your mitt didn't remove. Now, as far as don't clay bar without polishing, your clay bar in general typically picks up all the contamination from the paint. And when you're going and washing, even if you rinse off your clay bar, you can still mar the paint just because the contamination is stuck to something like this. This is a Mother's clay bar, it's synthetic. You can buy about you can get a 6-pack for about $110. And then when you go to coat something, always use a panel pep spray. I'm not sponsored by Coach Chemi, I promise you. I just happen to have a lot of their stuff. Angel Wax and Naziol is really good as well, or Naziol, something of the sort like that. Something I'd really recommend. I love their products, I love their systems as well. Lake Country, Buff and Shine, Rupes, even Stark's products, they're fantastic, especially for their pads. We use them all the time. It kind of just depends on the application. Like I said, with any of these vehicles in the shop, everything kind of just depends. You gotta play and see. So if I was gonna do a test spot on something like this, I would do maybe a medium cut right here. I wouldn't go back over with the polishing because then I don't know what I'm going the extra step on this. And I don't want to do that. I want to find out what pad and combo I can do on my first shot. So it could be like the medium cut here, the polish here, heavy cut. Let's say I've already buffed this, already abraded the surface. It's no good. I want to choose a different spot. Typically a hood's not really a good place to do a test spot for your client, just because it's right there, and you know, every time they're gonna walk around it, they're gonna be like, oh man, that looks bad, because the rest of it's not corrected. Whereas, you know, you could do like a fender or the lower parts of the door, it'd make a little bit more sense. But as far as that goes, if you need recommendations on pads, compounds, things of the sort like that, let me know, and I'm happy to help you out. Thanks.